morning, everybody. Welcome to day 7 of February vlogs. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. I am sitting and waiting for everybody. So I've picked up my cardigan to work on while I'm waiting because they're all taking forever. It's freezing outside. I always start the podcast like that, don't I? I'm really sorry. But I think we are going to get some snow tomorrow. And I don't want to risk Rosa out in the snow. So I'm going to nip out today and get everything we need for the next few days. We normally shop daily, but I don't want to be going out in the snow in the car. So I'm going to get everything we need for the next few days, so I don't have to go out anywhere in the snow, because I don't know how well my car will cope with that. We had to take Harry home a few weeks ago and it had been snowing. Luckily, we didn't hit any areas that were not gritted. They are genuinely quite good by us for gritting. It's all the little side streets, and as you know, in this area there's a lot of little narrow roads and things that won't be gritted, so we wouldn't have to go over the Moor Road if we went out, because they've taken them traffic lights off. You know where I've been going over the Moor Road every day? Because there's been major roadworks on the main route to Tesco's. The reason there's major roadworks is they are building a lot of new housing, and the housing needs a roundabout. So that's what they're doing, they're building roundabouts and things. So them roadworks are there for the next year. But it's causing absolute carnage of these roadworks. But saying that, they've had to suspend them because, oh, just a minute, Lugs. One of the major roads to Harrogate, oh, I've done that wrong. One of the major roads to Harrogate has collapsed. So they've had to divert all traffic to where we live, which means they've had to suspend these traffic lights, because otherwise it's bad anyway with the traffic lights. It's a very busy road. It's one of the main roads to Skipton and Harrogate and whatnot. So it was very busy anyway, and you'd be queuing for 20 minutes to get through the traffic lights. Now, adding to the fact now that the A59 has collapsed, and they're diverting all that traffic through as well, which means they've had to cancel the roadworks. Anyway, so what I was trying to say was I could have gone the main road, which would have been gritted, but I just don't want to take Rosa out in the snow. I think we are going to get some tomorrow. So yeah, all that was to say, I'm not taking Rosa out. Rosa is my car. If you don't know, Rosa is my car. My last car was called Rita. Was it Rita? I think it was Rita. And this one's Rosa. So, yeah. I'm just on the button band on my cardigan. I got the button band's put on in 2 halves. So I got the first half put on last night. I did put the sleeve in last night. The light wasn't, because it's orange yarn, it was really easy to see. It's not that bright at all. The camera blows it out massively. It's a lot duller than that. Anyway, I put the sleeve in last night, and the button band is put on in 2 halves. So I put half of it on last night, and I've just started the second half this morning. And there were quite a few comments about button bands and things. I'm going to link the video that I used to work out my ratio in the description box below. Now, I'm going to do a whole video on this. This is one of the reasons that I wanted to switch the podcast to monthly, because some projects I want to talk about in more depth, and this cardigan is the first one. What was I saying then? Do you know? My mind at the moment is just my train of thought just goes. Yeah, there was a lot of comments about button bands and things. The reason that I wanted to knit this cardigan flat was because I haven't knit a lot of garments. I think I've knit less than 10 garments. And out of those garments that I've knit, I've been happy with 2 of them. And the reason being is I don't know enough about garment knitting. Now, years ago, you know, a lot of you obviously know this, knitting, patterns were not like how they are now. A pattern nowadays will really hold your hand. Years ago, you had a lot of working out to do for yourself. One of the biggest problems being gauge. Now, when I first knit a jumper, I didn't do a gauge swatch. And I didn't do a gauge swatch until I made the Rocket Tee. And it was so small. It only fit because I lost 2 stone. That was the only reason it fit. But I'd made a huge mistake on that by not doing a gauge swatch. So from that point forward, I always did a gauge swatch. But there's a lot that I have to learn, and there's still a lot that I have to learn about gauge and garments fitting and one thing and another. You can follow a pattern, and I've done this myself. You know, I've followed different garment patterns and not been happy with them. And the reason I've not been happy with them is I'm not understanding gauge and how it affects different aspects of the garment. Sleeves, where the underarms come to, all that kind of thing. So over the past few months, I've done a lot of research into this because that's how my mind works. I have to know how everything works. So because I wasn't getting the results that I wanted, I ended up going down a whole rabbit hole. I've taken a couple of online classes and gone down this whole rabbit hole. And I figured if I knit a garment flat, I'm going to learn a lot more about garment knitting than I ever will just following a pattern in the round. And that's the whole point of this. That's why I did it. I'm going to talk about it more when I do the episode on it. But when it came to the button band, from what I understand, and I could be completely wrong, it's just from what I've looked into, your button band depends on your own gauge. It's not just a case of picking up the stitches that the designer says, because if you've not matched that designer's gauge, you're not going to get your button band is either going to be too small and the cardigan's going to pucker, or you're going to have too many stitches and the button band's going to go like sort of sticking out. So you've got to match your own gauge, not just what the designer says. And it's a really easy way to do it. I said yesterday on the vlog, you know, you've got to swatch for a gauge. Who knew? For a button band, who knew? And I didn't mean you have to do a swatch. I just meant you have to do that maths again. And it was really easy to do. And I think, I mean, I don't know, but I think this looks okay. But yeah, that makes a huge difference. When I've picked up the button band, it's actually picked up with the exact number of stitches that the pattern had called for. So whatever I did following this tutorial was the right thing. I picked up every 7 out of 8 stitches. And it seems to have worked beautifully. When it said you'd have so many stitches, pick up so many stitches until you get to the end of the decreases, I had exactly that number of stitches. So there's something to it. I'm not saying anything. Watch the video, make your own mind up. That's the good thing about knitting. We can all make our own mind up. But yeah, that was the reason I wanted to knit a garment flat, because I wanted to learn. Because when I've done things in the round before and I've just followed a pattern, somebody had commented about the Douglas Cardi by Andrea Mowry. That was one of my big fails. I think it was during November vlogs or September vlogs. I think it might have been the September vlogs. And it wasn't Andrea Mowry's fault. It was all mine. I had just paid no attention to gauge whatsoever. I just knit this cardigan, which ended up, I don't know if I've still got a picture. If I've still got a picture, I'll put it on the screen. That's why you check your own gauge and you follow that through the pattern. Check the arm measurements and, you know, check the armhole depth and do all of those things that you're supposed to do, because otherwise you'll end up with a cardigan like Alex's. But that's why I wanted to learn. Right, so now I'm on the buttonhole bit, I think. So look, I'll show you what I've done so far. You can't see it. I've got it all folded in on itself. There you go. It's on. It's on first half. So then you'll sew it up. You'll sew these two bits together, I think. But yeah, right. I've been waffling for 11 minutes. This is the start of the vlog. Oh my word, I'm going to go rouse the troops and we're going to go out. He's done. So, Danny's holding the camera. I'm sorry for the shaking. Will you hold the camera still?
Sorry.
And he's putting his finger in front of it, but look.
My fingers are up now.
Oh, it's done. So, it needs blocking. So, I am so pleased with it. I'm going to go give it a soak now and block it.
Does it even need blocking?
Yeah,
I think
it does
it's perfect
need blocking.
as it is.
No, it does need blocking. All the stitches need to relax. Oh my word, I am so pleased with this. Can you see me? Excuse all the washing on the breakfast bar. In fact, I might just try and... I might just move that. That's better. Now you're too low. Oh, dear me. I thought I'd better move the washing. We're having a bit of an early tea. Danny and I are both hungry, so I'm making tea a little bit earlier than what I would usually. don't think Danny had any lunch, so he's quite peckish. It's only 4 o'clock, so it'll be ready about 4:30, 20 to 5, something like that. So I'm just chopping onions. We're having a chilli. I think Danny's having rice with his. I'm not. I don't like rice with mincemeat. Is anybody else the same? I don't like the texture of it. You know I'm all about the texture of things. But I really can't eat rice and mincemeat, but Danny loves it, so he just gets the microwave rices and he has one of those with it. I'll just have some brown. I've got a nice crusty brown bread thing, so I'll have that. You all have a nice day. You'll have to let me know if you get some snow near you. I'm getting a little bit excited now, I really am. I hope we get some. Josh said earlier, I hope it doesn't snow because it's starting to feel like spring. And I think he's right, it is starting to feel a bit spring-like in the air. Well, it won't be tomorrow, will it? But on the BBC weather app, you can look at the, you know, the video thing where it shows you where the weather's going to hit. And we are in for snow tomorrow, so I'm quite excited. I really am quite excited about it. It seems ages since we've had some decent snow. We got a flurry in the last lot, but nothing settled. It did when we took Harry back. Where Harry lives, it had settled there. Sorry, I'm just picking up onion. There we go. Onion skin. I wasn't just wasting onion. When we make chilli, I've mentioned this on the channel before, I don't like kidney beans, so we don't add kidney beans. We add baked beans, and it's really nice. It doesn't sound like it will be, but it is really nice. So in place of the kidney beans, so I'll fry the onion, fry the mincemeat, and then we add baked beans and the chilli powder mix, which is this one, and it's lovely. It's really lovely. So that's all I'll do. Like I said, Danny's having some rice, and I'm having got some nice bread. So I'll have some nice crusty bread with mine. It'll be lovely. And then tonight I want to go for a nice soak in the bath. My hair, it's hair wash day, as you can tell, because it's tied back. So I want to go for a nice soak in the bath tonight. Got some lovely bath salts that I got at Christmas. You know, some bath fizz, not bath salts, some bath fizz. So yeah, it's going to be very nice. And Josh is working tonight, so he's going to get tea when he gets back. He doesn't like chilli anyway, to be honest. He won't eat anything like that. Josh hates baked beans. Absolutely. Baked beans and pasta he won't eat. He's like me. He's all about the texture. And he doesn't like the texture of it. I don't mind baked beans in a chilli. And I can eat baked beans with a jacket potato. But that's about it for me and baked beans. Who's that? Pollyanna. Right, I'm going to go cook tea. I'll be back in a bit. Hello? Hello. Do you want to see it? Hang on. Oh, I'm so stinking proud. It's not as bright as what the camera is showing. The arms were slightly long. I did suspect that when I was knitting it. Let me just bob down a little bit. I said to Danny when I was knitting it, I think the arms are going to be too long. And he said, we'll just stick to the pattern. And then, because I didn't know what had happened with the sleeves and sewing it in, I didn't know if that had shortened it. And Danny said, just stick to the pattern. You can always fold the sleeves up, which is what I've done. But hang on. The buttons that I bought were too big, but I had the perfect buttons. Are you ready for this? Can you see that? Is it showing? Tim made me those. You know, Jeanette's Tim, he made those for me. Oh, I love it. I am so... It's had a steam block. I got it a little bit damp and just aired it out a bit. I'm so pleased with it. It just fits so well. The button band. Look how straight it is. Right, I'm going to come back round. Oh, I'm so pleased with it. I really am.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yes, she's not stopped talking about it for a while.
Sorry, I can stop going on about it. I think it's all I've spoke about on the vlogs for the past few days, to be honest. I bet I've driven you all mad, haven't I?
Yes. No.
I bet I have. I bet I've driven everybody mad. It's just been a big thing for me, this, and I'm just... You know what it means, don't you?
I get my cardigan now.
Yeah, but it's a jumper, not a cardigan.
Oh yeah, jumper. Yeah.
I'm gonna knit the other pattern, the knit flat one for Danny, because I've really enjoyed it. I really have enjoyed it. So I'm gonna knit you the one that I showed you.
Okay, cool.
I'll do a gauge swatch tomorrow.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much for the people who sent some pictures today. Wow.
We have had some amazing pictures, haven't we?
Yeah, it's back. Both my minds was like, yeah, that's cool. Everyone I thought, yeah.
There's been some really, really nice ones. Oh, you're in for a treat with this advent. You really are. There's been some
amazing
lovely
pictures.
Ones. Yeah. Some really lovely ones. So I'm getting very excited about that.
There's only a few more weeks to go. 2 weeks.
Oh, it starts on the 1st of March. Yeah, don't forget, everybody, it starts on... I forgot.
You seriously forgot?
Well, I'd ordered yarn for it. We had to kind of... On this first month, we've had to guess how many we'll get, haven't we?
Yeah, well, you can always order more.
I can always... I can... If we get more, I can buy more. And if we have less, it'll just do 2 months' worth. It doesn't really matter. But we had to kind of guess when we put the yarn order in, didn't we?
I'm hoping everyone comes along, because it's going to be amazing. It really is. But yeah, it's like 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'd remembered when I put the yarn order in, but then it's just... because all I've been going on about is the cardigan.
You see I'm like a month ahead. This, you know.
I'm still like la 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 la.
You are the artist, so it's fine.
Danny always says that. He says, "You're the artist. I'm just." What do you always say? I'm yarny in your corner.
You're the yarny. I'm the corner. I'm in the corner, just getting all the other stuff done.
Oh dear me! I've got knit group tomorrow. That's about all we're doing tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, not drastically though. Unless it snows, then I'm outside.
I'm building a snowman if it snows. I'm definitely building a snowman if it snows. I was worrying today. The vlog's a bit rubbish, but because I just kind of come on in blocks. But we're normally quite busy during the day out when we're always doing work stuff, and I don't ever want to like bore you with that on the vlog. So I kind of have to like come in between doing Finn stuff and doing work stuff. So I'm sorry if it gets...
want to see me taking off a product, sorting out the product, and then...
No, that'd get really boring really quickly. So I'm sorry if it's sometimes it just looks like I come on in the morning, I come on at lunchtime, I come on at tea time, then we have an evening chat. But I think, I don't know. I think it's all right. I don't know. You know,
I hope you just like sitting down with and having a company.
Sometimes I worry. Sometimes I worry. You think, oh, here she goes again.
It's all good fun.
Yeah.
All good fun. Yeah.
Painted my nails today. Do you like them? They're not green. It looks like the green. They're not. They're like a matte blue.
Look green to me.
That acrylic stuff finally grew out. I had the acrylics put on. I don't think I mentioned it last year, and then I didn't like it when I went back for them to take it off and put some more on. But the stuff they put on it to take off, it didn't react well with my nails. So I wouldn't go back for the appointment to have the acrylics taken off. So I've been letting them grow out, because my nails grow really fast, and filing it off. So I've finally been able to paint my nails, is what I was trying to say. But I've already chipped them as well. That's why I had acrylics done in the first place.
You can tell we got to the waffling stage.
Sorry, I'm waffling.
About nails.
Sometimes I think out loud. I do that to you, don't I?
You just start talking randomly. I think she's talking to me. She's not talking
Do
to
I
me.
need to respond? No,
Yeah.
I do think out loud.
Mm.
Because, I don't know. Maybe that's like, I don't know. Maybe that's not normal.
No, I don't think it is.
Is it?
I think it's normal. If to each to their own, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
No dog.
Have you moved, darling? Did I disturb you, sweetheart? She's kicking Danny. She's got a back paw on his side as if saying, "Move out of my way."
I've got Stewie on the right side of me as well, so between
Hello.
cats and dogs. Oh, yeah, I didn't even see him, no?
Yeah. It gets to the point on the sofa though where you want to sit down, but an animal's there, and you're like, well, that's all right, I'll sit on the floor. It's fine. Don't you?
No, I don't.
He does. He does. Apart from when Bert sits in your chair.
Yeah, apart from Bert, yeah. Bert is Bert, and it's Bertie Bass.
Bertie Bassett. Right, I am waffling now. We better go, haven't we?
Oh, I hope you had a lovely day. As well, I think I'll just do my usual lines. Thank you very much for lovely comments. That's what I ever say.
I don't think you can end a vlog without saying that. It don't feel right to you.
Yeah,
I've
got to put it
It's
in.
almost like an OCD thing now. I can't just go. I've got to say. Do you know what I mean?
I do hope they've all had a lovely day.
I
I
know
don't
you
say,
do.
I don't say it to go, oh, I'll get my saying in.
I didn't mean that. That's not what I meant.
That's how it's going to come across.
No, because like when I start the podcast, I've got to say my spiel when I start a podcast.
Spiel?
My name's Alex. I live in Yorkshire in the UK.
Yeah.
And if I don't say it, then the podcast feels really weird.
We just don't want you to forget. That's all. But once again, thank you very much for your lovely comments.
Oh dear.
Thank you very much for all your lovely advent pictures. And that's what I've got to say as well. And thank you very much for all the lovely new people that's joined the Facebook group. Thank you.
There's been thank you for that.
And thank you for all the lovely new subscribers as well. Much love. Welcome to my yarny corner. And welcome here. Yeah, there's not much more I can say to that. Don't forget Advent 1st of March.
Shameless plug. Right, we're gonna go.
Ah!
Maybe it's okay.
She's tucking into me.
She is. Look, I'll see if I can show you what she's doing.
She's digging into my sides.
Bless her. Right, we're gonna go. Have a lovely evening, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for day 8. Bye.
Bye.